Hey friends, it's Cindy from DIY Beautify. Welcome to my channel. I'm fairly new to the video scene here on YouTube, so I'm still learning, and just thank you for your patience. Today I'm going to show you how to make not just this wood bead garland, but these awesome tassels. The tassels are made from something I found at the Dollar Tree, and so obviously it's just $1. It's going to be enough to make 2 tassels, so I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Okay, so the supplies that you're going to need to make this wood bead garland with nice fluffy tassels is obviously some wood beads. I believe that I bought 2 packages from Hobby Lobby. They're maybe an inch, maybe a little smaller than an inch. So just grab however many you think you'll need and just have a bowl or a bucket or something to toss them into. It makes stringing them much easier. Now, to string them, you can use jute, but I like the neutral color of this string. This is just like everyday kitchen twine, I think it's called. It's soft, it's cotton, and you want to cut a long piece. Depending on how many beads you're using, you probably need 4 feet, but you want to double it up because that allows it to be extra sturdy. You can see it's just double. So one end is going to have a knot and one end will be open. So what makes it easy to string is you can either put a little piece of tape around the end of your doubled string to feed it through your beads, or you can use one of these needles that has like a really big head and it's like a really thick needle. So that's what I chose to do. I just strung my string through the needle and easily strung all my beads. Now the fun part is what I made the tassel from. I was at the Dollar Tree actually looking for supplies for a Valentine's gnome that I wanted to make, and I was looking for something I could use for the beard, and I found this mop, and the mop head is this string. Now I'm sorry I don't have the mop anymore. I bought just one mop and brought it home, ripped the head off, and just pulled off the strands. They came, this is the size that they were on the mop. So I haven't done anything to the length of them. I'm using them exactly as is from the mop. And I experimented with the number of strands that I would need to get this thick of a tassel. And I calculated that 12. You need 12 of these to make a nice fat tassel. Now you can see a lot of these beaded garlands the tassels are made with jute, and I don't have anything against jute. I use it all the time, but I wanted a soft, I don't know, fluffy, I guess, looking tassel. Jute has a tendency to be stiff and to kind of like stick out and not really look all that pleasant. So this one I love. It's just super soft and fluffy and looks really cute with the beads, just the natural tones. Okay, so once you have strung all your beads, and I mean, it goes without saying, when you cut your string, make sure you cut enough so you have a good maybe 16 inches on either end, just to give you some wiggle room. So let's make the second tassel. I have about this much string left over after adding all my beads, and I've got my 12 strands of mop yarn, and I've just folded it in half so that the ends meet fairly closely. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're gonna fold it in half again. And just kind of stick your finger through the loop at the top, because you're gonna need, you don't want to lose that hole. Okay, so it's doubled over. And then we want to stick this string through that loop. Now I've actually wrapped a little bit of Scotch tape around the end of my string just to make it easier to work with. That's totally optional. All right. So again, just kind of fuss with it until it's fairly even. And then you're going to want to tie this string as closely to your wood bead as possible, which is a little bit tricky, but it does help if you have that tape on the end. Okay, so I've tied it once, and I'm going to tie it again. It's okay to have a little bit of give because you don't want these beads so tight together that when you try to bend it, they don't want to bend, they're stiff. So I've tied it twice. Now what I'm going to do, whoops, I'm going to have to add a little bit of extra tape on the end of my string, just so that I'm able to feed it. It needs to be long enough so that it's actually longer than the bead is, so that I can feed it through. We are having a little thunderstorm today, so if you hear something, oh, that is just not working. Hold on. All right. So I'm just literally laying the end of my string on this tape. It's a little bit fussy, but I'm winding the tape around the string. And then just give the end a little bit of a twist. Okay, so all this does is it makes it easier, because now we're gonna, instead of cutting this off, I don't like to cut stuff just because I've had the experience where my whole project fell apart. I don't want that to happen. So I'm just gonna string back up through the beads, this leftover string, and I'll go up probably 4 or 5 beads until it's tight, and that'll just keep it a little more secure. If you want to use hot glue, that is perfectly fine. Go ahead and use hot glue. I just don't care for hot glue all the time. All right, so now my tape just virtually disappeared inside these beads. I've got my mop tassel. You can see that because I folded it, half of it is cut and half of it is closed, looped. That's fine. We're not going to mess with that right now. So what you want to do now is cut yourself another piece of, I would say go 16 to 20 inches doubled of string again. Just going to bring this one around so that I get the top, this knotted part, the same distance. Just grab it in your hands, and you want to tie the string. I'm trying to do it so that the knot is going to be at the back. And just pull as tight as you can without, just be careful because I have broken this string before. So then bring it around to the front and tie it right on top of the other one. Again, as tight as possible. And we're just going to do this 5 or 6 times to really get that loopy part at the top emphasized and to secure it. Okay, I think that's good. I'm going to do it one more time. This time I'm going to double knot it. And then rather than cut these off, I'm just going to tuck them down into my tassel so they're not all that visible. Okay, so now we just need to fix up the bottom. So hold it by the top and grab a pair of scissors and pull those loops taut and just cut them. And then we're going to have to give the whole thing a little trim. You can do couple at a time. All right, so they're all cut, but you can see that it's really messy looking, nothing like this one. So what you want to do is find your shortest strand, which is probably right there, and you want to just give them a little chop. Just going to measure it and make sure that it's not going to be shorter than my other one, and it's not. So grab some scissors, hold it tight, and just trim your string. Holding it really tight at the end means you're going to have a nice tight look rather than a messy look. Okay, so I've cut it. It's not quite there yet. I'm just going to fluff it, and there's a few that I need to give an additional haircut to. I basically cut straight across the top. It might be a little bit rounded. That's okay. Let me just throw that extra yarn away, and let's see how it looks. Hold it up to my other one, see if they're even. I think they look pretty good. They may not be perfect, but that's fine. All right, so it was that easy. Now you can go and display this wherever you like in your home decor. I hope that tutorial was helpful. Let me flip back up so you can see my face. And that you try this project at home. Let me know in the comments if you do. If you have any questions, if I didn't explain something well, please let me know and I'll try to give you a better explanation. Thanks so much. Have a great day.